So this is SleepOut LA. It's a fundraiser that we were doing with a bunch of executives at the Rose Bowl who really care about homelessness and are trying to do something about it. The Salvation Army remains committed to the fight, but we understand that to really understand it, we have to come and see for ourselves and hear from people who know the best. And so we've been able to meet loads of friends and some incredibly resilient, strong, amazing people who have suffered through the realities of homelessness and who knows some of the complexities of the issues, but also some great answers too, and some great solutions. And we're hoping that we'll have a chance not only to meet them and to hear their voice, but also to listen to them. We think they're pretty wise and they have some great ideas.
I lived in Skid Row for 2 years. I moved from Houston, Texas. And when I moved to LA, I learned how to environment of everybody over here on the streets. And you can't live out here forever, so I got a store on my own. Started with 2 packs of cigarettes, and I made a big store. Because I'm not planning to stay out here another 2 or 3 more years, no way. Okay. I want to get off these streets as soon as I can because the environment out here is bad. Yeah. You know, people get shot, killed, and all that, you know.
I became homeless, Danielle, about 30 years ago.
Okay.
And at the time that I became homeless, I had lost my husband.
Mm-hmm.
I had lost custody of my son.
Yeah.
I experienced a lot of mental health issues.
Yeah.
You know,
mm-hmm.
and I started taking psych meds. And before I know it, I just started living out here on the streets. It wasn't easy.
But you get a lot of bad stuff out here because the people, you know, since I have still people like to take advantage of me. I have a lot of people that owe me money out here, but see, when you owe them money, they want to kill you, rob you, you know what I mean? But when you want your money, you're not going to go beat them up, you know what I mean?
You know, sometimes drugs is the reason for the streets, but sometimes the streets are the reason for drugs. Like I said, there are a lot of great people around here. I have met some good-hearted people. I've seen a lot of people open up, and their problem is society's already convinced them that they're garbage, that they might as well stick the needle in their arm. They might as well light the pipe. You know, put it like this, you can only call someone garbage and treat somebody like garbage so many times before they start believing it.
I had went through the SROs,
Yeah.
and for a whole year I was on the waiting list. And then I finally got my place,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a dump.
Yeah.
It was a drug infested. A lot of rape was going on in the building. And I left because I got jumped on by 2 dudes in my place.
Wow.
You can walk around, Danielle, and just see the people that are hurting, the people that are talking to themselves, or the people that are hurting themselves, or, you know, it's just hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
You know, it's really hard.
The homeless people out here need a lot of help, but out here, really a lot of help.
They need help with
Housing, you know, jobs, you know, affordable, you know, to give them enough money to pay for the apartments and stuff like that, you know.
Sometimes, you know, people just need somebody to listen with the intention of understanding, not with the intention of fixing a problem or with the intention of a quick reply. Understand, because if somebody comes to you and says, how do I get to where you're at? What's the first question you ask them? Where are you? Because unless you understand where they're at, you got no business trying to tell them how to get there. That's what's missing. Giving people the sense of being, renewing that hope, renewing that purpose inside, letting them know, you know what, yeah, life sucks sometimes, but you ain't got to stay there. We can go forward, and we can do it together.